Martin Popoff from the Contrarians here. Another sad day. We got to do a tribute show. I want to pay tribute to the great Rick Derringer, who we just learned died May 26, 2025 at the age of 77. No cause of death as far as I know. This is all very new to me. But yes, born August 5th, 1947 in Salina, Ohio. Rick Derringer had a long history. He was in the McCoys with Hang On Sloopy and all that, right? And then he's got these records as Edgar Winter, plus these records as a solo artist. And I just want to, I want to pay tribute to his music because a lot of his music has given me a lot of joy over the years. I did get to interview him. He was a super nice guy. I got to meet him in person as well. At one time, I went down to believe it or not, the very first Derringer Band reunion show of all time. They played in Buffalo. So I went and saw them at this nice sort of sunken theater situation down there and met with all the guys. Danny Johnson and Vinny was there as well. And Kenny Aronson was there as well, right? It was the whole band because this is the fully signed situation from that day. And I love this album. Let me just check here. So yeah, produced by Jack Douglas. That's right. 1977. Jim Houghton did the photography. Interesting. So yeah, Rick was a nice guy. I had a great time chatting with him, and I think I had a phoner with him at one point as well. But again, what I love about his music, dropped an album. I just want to show some of these later ones that he did as well. I play guitar. We've got the DNA situation party test. I just want to go through the later years here. First of all, Good Dirty Fun, Face to Face. But what I wanted to say is that my favorite three albums from Rick, and this is what I love about the guy the most. I personally do not. I'm not smart enough about guitar to know if Rick Derringer has any sort of a specific trademark guitar sound. I don't really think he does. I suppose I do know a little bit about guitar. I say this about Ronnie Montrose as well, right? But what I love about Rick more than anything is that he is one of these great singer guitarists. He's a songwriter and a player and a singer, and I love his voice. I think he sings well. You know how I always think of this as two different things, right? I think he sings well, and I love his voice. I really think he has a really neat voice. So my favorite three Derringer albums, so the last ones I'll talk about that are not in my top three Derringer albums are Derringer Live, I don't really care about very much, and Derringer, the first of the Derringer Band. But these three records right here, love these albums to death, and this is where I've gotten the most joy out of Rick Derringer as an artist. So let's start with the first one from these. So Sweet Evil 77. This is very much an Aerosmith type album. It is just a good, heavy American rock and roll album. You've got the great so Don't Stop Loving Me is something that Rick did a very good job with, this sort of power pop thing. He was very good at those kinds of songs. Sitting by the Pool is an absolute massive classic. I used to jog around thinking, wouldn't it have been cool if Led Zeppelin at O2 opened that show with that song, because that is the most incredible Jimmy Page electric type inspired moment of all time, the whole intro sequence to Sitting by the Pool. But yeah, Keep on Making Love, One Eye Jack, good heavy groovy one on here. Let's Make It, fast one, kind of like a speed metal thing, but very kind of light on, nimble on its feet sort of thing. Sweet Evil is a big epic, and Driving Sideways on here as well. So then what happened with the Derringer Band is the lineup completely changed, and they're down to a trio on this one. This is the third and final studio album of the Derringer Band, and I love this record. This album to me is like a heavy rock / power pop classic. It's comedic, it's light. It's got the Warren Zevon song on here, Lawyers, Guns, and Money. But It Ain't Funny is a good heavy song, but it's also kind of a cool, light boogie rock song. Power of Love is him doing his pop thing. So is Sleepness. Rockarola is a hilarious tune on here. Attitude. I just noticed that Attitude is spelt with a single T instead of two. Monomania is good on here as well. So yeah, this is easy action. There's a lot of really like fun time, uplifting, beautifully recorded. Who produced it? Mike Chapman of the Chapman Chin Gang recorded this. So this is Rick Derringer, Kenny Aronson, and Myron Grombacher. So Kenny's still in the band from the previous incarnation, but Danny Johnson is gone and Vinny is gone at this point as well. Vinny's probably at this point he's on to, I think, that Axis band, right? Anyways, great album. And then so that's 1978, and then what he does is this magnificent album. Guitars and Women, his first solo album coming back after the Derringer Band. And what I love about this album, my favorite thing about it right off the bat, is two of the heaviest songs Rick ever did were actually written by Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick. So this has Need a Little Girl Just Like You, written by Rick Nielsen, and It Must Be Love, written by Rick Nielsen. They are grinding, heavy, totally raucously recorded, great songs. Yeah, total metal songs, and they're the only really heavy things on this album. This is more of a power pop album, which makes sense because it's 1979, right? And it's produced by Todd Rundgren and Rick Derringer. So it's the two of them get the production credit, and I think that you definitely get kind of a Todd personality to the production on here. But again, this is him just being so amazingly Rick the power pop guy. So that's what you get on Something Warm. You get it on Guitars and Women. Man in the Middle is a little bit like that. Man in the Middle gives me a little bit of Steve Miller vibe, actually. Does Desires of the Heart, totally power pop as well. So yeah, great album. And it's just sad to hear that he's gone, age 77. I guess that's a pretty late in life, but these days we say gone too soon, and for anybody in their 70s kind of thing, right? So yeah. The great Rick Derringer, no longer with us, but I want to thank him for, in particular, those three albums: Sweet Evil, If I Weren't So Romantic, I'd Shoot You, and Guitars and Women. They've given me a lot of happiness over the years. Let's just show them again just for kicks. And that was such a cool gig, seeing them do the reunion of this band and that tour. So yeah, Rick Derringer, gone, age 77.